What is going on, everybody? It's Great Scots. This is Grand Tactician Civil War, 1861, 1865. We're still in some early access beta testing here, and we are on the Bull Run map. This is actually out just east of Chicago, this battle, and we're here with in terms of men, it'll be fairly even if my reinforcements show up, and they're going to show up from the south. That is... We'll see Price is leading this one. I forget who the other guy is. Anyways, we're up against a Union force that has even numbers of infantry, but they have a huge deficit of artillery. I did not know I had this many guns. I thought it said 75, which is still a lot, but now that I'm in battle, it's showing 111. So if that's true, yet again, the Union is somewhere up here in the north. They could do a number of things. They tend to camp out at Centerville, or they tend to come down around the unfinished railroad and want to come back up here through the north. So let me see what I have. Okay, unsurprisingly, I have a huge artillery train, or like five of them, I guess. What is this? Nervous. I think Tribune has been nervous for a while. I'm not sure why I have all these itty bitty little divisions. Anyways, that's none of anybody's concern. I'm just showing you where we started. We're going to get lined up, we're going to move out, and then I'm going to bring you back in. Well, we found them. This time they're coming straight down the Warrenton Turnpike, which is unusually direct for them, but makes good sense, I think. Luckily, I had two skirmishers in the area. The other two are not really that close, and I had already kind of deployed... My plan was to deploy Price up here and then just move to wherever they were. It was a little bit of a risky gambit, but if I kept them back too far, then you run into problems. Even if you know where the enemy is, it's sometimes hard to gauge where they're going to be, and then you end up making a lot of little tiny movements. Little strange. If this is where they end up, if they end up holding right around this body of water here, it looks like just to the east of Grigsby's Farm, that's going to be fine for us because, again, we're going to have our artillery, we're going to have our whole line kind of back here, north-south along the Warrenton Turnpike, or north-south intersecting the Warrenton Turnpike, I should say, not along it. So I'd be happy with that. The Union is kind of, their forward elements are here. If they were listening to me, and they won't be, they should deploy skirmishers and press forward, maybe once they all get together, but they really don't have time to stand here and duke it out. They need to, because they're at a artillery disadvantage, they need to get through this open ground, or they'd have to maybe move through the forest to negate some of the effect of the artillery. But I think speed might have been their best choice. I'm not sure that that's still a viable alternative, but nobody asked me, so. Oh well. Alright, Slack's detachment. Who knows? Who knows what you really need? But I guess it makes sense if skirmishers also have sharpshooters with them. Let's see. Well, we'll wait. So this is one patch since my last video. It wasn't a full patch. I think it was just a hot fix. I don't know exactly what it fixed. It added some cool artwork to the icons on the strategy map. There's less lag when you're zoomed in on the strategy map. So there were good and there were bad things. But I think most of the bad things were things that I was just noticing and never really paid attention to. And so I think the kind of inexorable trend towards improvement is continuing. So, but one of the things that did not work in the prior hotfix was that I was not able to entrench anything with infantry, but it looks like I will have that ability again. There's no cavalry in this particular army. They were either killed or whatever. I don't know what happened to them, but there's no cavalry, so I won't be able to see if dismounted cavalry can entrench. Logically, they should be able to. I don't know why they wouldn't be, but yeah, we'll see. Alright, so, yeah, they kind of, well, they're still pretty spread out. I mean, so am I, but I don't really care. They kind of have to get through this open ground before it's too late. I've pretty much resolved that as long as I remember, I'm going to play the next campaign at least on 3 times, if not 5 times, whatever the kind of highest aggressiveness is. I haven't been doing it because I've seen mixed reports that seem to align with what I suspect would have happened, which is that there wasn't that much of a change in how aggressive the AI is. Others have said that there is, and so the only way to really know will be to test it. We'll shoot on... Yeah, we'll shoot those guys. I don't know what they are. I don't know why they need to move up, but it's the Missouri Brigade. It's a little strange that reboard muskets seem to be getting the ranged advantage on... This is probably one of the many 1st Brigades in the Union. I guess in this army it's the only one I see, so it's not too bad. It's kind of long range, it's much shorter range. I don't remember reboard muskets being quite that good. They seem to have better range, definitely, than the, I think it was the Springfield muskets, and probably even the Springfield rifle muskets, I think. Alright. They're given the advantage to the Union here. Good for them. I mean, good for the Union. What are these guys? Okay. I wonder if these guys get a bonus for... It says they have no cover, but yet it kind of looks like they do. Maybe trees and stuff don't count as cover. Yeah, I think it should be something. Okay, there's his attachment. I was gonna say, if they have Mississippi rifles, yet my ammunition somehow is quite low. Is that... Yeah, they're full. It's hard to imagine that this group, which just joined, shot through 23 shots. 33 no, 23 shots is 60. I'm not sure how that's possible. Plains rifle, it's usually got pretty good range. It's just bad at melee, but they're skirmishers. They're supposed to be bad at melee. I have a feeling they're going to need some iron discipline here. I feel like they might start to waver because they're really taking heavy casualties for skirmishers. Unit is outflanked. Maybe technically. But as my line's starting to come together, I can pull back here. Okay, I need to shoot at that. Probably pull back doing so. Yeah, we're getting into place. Don't know how important or even viable breastworks would be right here, but we're gonna try. We moved over a little too far. So I guess they're waiting to push. We don't really want to do that. I guess they're waiting to push once they have everybody. That's not a terrible idea. I mean, it would be worse to attack in echelon, especially now that I've arrived. I'd just be able to kind of shoot them as they come. So yeah, it makes sense. I don't know why those guys, maybe they didn't have their loads before and they do now. Try to get them to construct some quick breastworks here. These guys should try to construct some, I guess, behind that fence there. Probably not going to need more than that. Okay, they've taken the Warrenton Turnpike. Alright. They should be able to fit behind that. Slack's guys have still taken no casualties. Since these guys haven't... Zuov wouldn't be bad. I mean, I don't know how super fast they have to be. I guess with that range, I want to make it count. I'm just looking for a reason to give them marksmen or sharpshooters. Yeah, I think it's pretty transparent. Right, these guys have gone back up to confident. Alright. So now let's center up and shoot them. Maybe this is them starting to press. Okay, they're going to construct breastworks. No, you're not going to do that? Okay, maybe you will. They're entrenched. They're getting there, I guess. Yeah, we don't actually need those guys there. We need them more here. I guess they're going to go there first, though. Yeah, they don't need to be that far away. I kind of want to leave one battery back just to see if they can shoot over friendlies. Ooh, guys. That's my fault, I guess. I should be withdrawing them, but they really should be withdrawing. Yep, they don't seem to have taken any casualties yet. Guess these skirmishers should... Alright, so that's their detachment there. So they're going to go there. They're going to kind of go in front of them. But it should still let me test out whether these dashed lines are what are causing the issue or if it's something else. Alright, pull back. You need to pull back. Okay, where's this guy going? I guess I knew that. I'm not too sure about that one. Yeah, for chuckles, why don't I just put them behind the line and see if they can shoot over. And let's force HQ up. Let's bring these guys back into the woods. Yeah, that's fine. These guys need to pull back. These guys are actually alright. So I guess they're going to send their detachments to chase. Chase me. Not too worried about skirmishing with them in the field, because if they're going to stand out there, the artillery should have good shots. Well, that line's either got a... it's too late to push, I think. They're probably going to run over me now, and I'm going to look like a bigger idiot than usual, but... Wow, rarely do I see all that green. These skirmishers seem to be shooting through ammo quick. Maybe that's intended? I'll suppose that it is. But it is quick. Alright, I want to bring Clark's detachment down into these woods. And we'll save. I think there's a. I thought there was a. There is a 4th detachment somewhere. I don't remember where I sent him though. It may have routed. That's Clark. I don't know. I was gonna have. Uh-oh, you guys don't want to listen anymore. Move up. Well, I was gonna try to have a 4th skirmisher group hang out. Must be Slack's detachment. That's one I forgot. Hang out. Just have one of them over here. Yeah, it's not a place. I mean, they may win this because Herbert detachment has already taken quite a few casualties, but I think I'm in the woods. And they're in a field. All things being equal, we should be winning that. Okay, they're not. Well, they're not really where they're supposed to be. This is where they're supposed to be. Yeah, their HQ's out of place too. Harney is the overall commander, and I don't see any kind of core commander, so if he's giving orders to them, they're going to be very slow. These are our nervous boys, so maybe it's best. What's interesting here is that they are definitely firing over friendlies, and they have friendlies within the dashed line, which is what in the previous video seemed to cause these guns to go inactive. And I guess they are kind of shooting downhill, but they're not shooting straight downhill. Their eventual targets are further downhill, but it's actually kind of flat, and then it looks like it begins to drop off right around here. So it's noteworthy, I'll say that. But yeah, that's that. Got our little horse artillery groups over here. I guess the big ones are over here on the right. Get those Mississippi rifles up and shooting. Colston may need to come over to support Herbert, but I mean they've both taken, I think, fairly significant casualties, although both still are, or both are currently registering good morale, so that's important. Where are these guys going? I don't know about that. I think maybe sit them back and hopefully they can use the overshoot to shoot over friendlies. And let's slide our HQ to kind of the center point. And now we wait. The map still says they have the advantage. I suspect it's because, I don't know why actually, because it looks like we've taken several, 3, 4 victory points at least, and I think we also have the Warrenton Turnpike as the 5th. And what do they have? They have Centerville. So it must be on numbers of infantry that they're seeing, and now it looks like they're withdrawing. Ugh. If that turns out to be true, I'll pause it, because watching them withdraw is admittedly not not interesting. Too bad though. We had nice lines and everything. Ooh, looks like these guys are like, meh, we could still hit you, so we're still gonna try. 6-pound field guns. Somebody's hitting them. This group really needs an artillery upgrade. I did not know that there were... You know, I remember this group now. So, there was the bug for a while that everybody was kind of retreating after battle, and they lost a number of guns. And I bet what happened is, I think I did replace their guns earlier with at least 3-inch and Napoleons rather than the 6-pound field guns. And I think they've been getting resupplied, But it must be that they're just getting resupplied with 6-pound field guns rather than resupplied with some better guns. So that's my hypothesis. It's probably not right. Alright, if they're going to push these skirmishers, it could be okay. Though they must have heard my idea about at least moving some of their forces through the field. They look like they're going to avoid most of what is on my... well, I don't know if they're going to avoid what's on my left or not. But I want to bring all these guys back because skirmishers do weird things when they get pressed from multiple sides, and they usually run the wrong direction. So I don't want that. But I do think I'm going to rotate. It's not really the right way to do it because these guys now have a very long, they have the longest march to get into position. And apparently they're going to run in front of the line to do it. But we're going to vacate those defenses, those breastworks, and we'll try something else. £12-pound Napoleon looks like it's showing up with, you know, some caution about the ammo levels. Guess I'll have to check their supply range so when we get back onto the strategic map. Not sure exactly why these guys, if they have all the industries that and we do, in and around Chicago, we should be doing fine in terms of production, supply, and all the rest of that. I'm not terribly sure what's going on there. Okay, so they are really pushing hard for this tree line. Intelligently, I may add, if I may add. And maybe we'll move these guns a little bit further over. That might be too far. Keep those guys in the middle. We'd have to fall that far back. Yeah, we want them. Focused. Okay, they seem good. Pretty sure those horse artillery units should be able to get. It looks like one of those two. This is a huge brigade. They look like they're close to running anyways. They appear to be wavering, so let's make sure these guys are focused on the main thrust. Okay, they're going to be there. We will try to quickly construct some breastworks. Clark's division, you guys may have to take a few for the team. They're going to be under... we gotta withdraw these guys. And we gotta withdraw these guys too. I think they're being charged and they're not running. Herbert's detachment is being charged, but they're not running away. At least that's what I suspect. I don't know. Okay. Let's see if we can get breastworks constructed up here. It's not a huge deal if we can. I don't see a whole lot of problem if we can't. So these guys are just going to run clear across the field. And we ought to slide HQ over. I guess these guys don't have much else to shoot at, so 2nd Brigade is just... They got a lot of artillery trained in on them at the moment. Alright, I think what we'll do is we'll just try to recall these skirmishers. Maybe that'll get them back in a somewhat safer place. Okay, so they do actually have another HQ. You can see that they're trying to swing wide with the Missouri Brigade. It's an interesting idea. These guys seem to be lining up to skirmish right in front of the artillery. That's an idea. Okay, yeah, it's an idea. That's all I can say about that. So those guys are getting pushed. I can't tell. No, they don't. Parsons doesn't look like they're using. You know why? It's probably because I built the trenches within kind of skirmishing range of the other side. Herbert. Yes, Herbert. I'm trying to recall you. Yeah, I'm trying to recall you. Alright, guys, since you're not constructing breastworks, I'll only just put you right like that. These guys seem to have either disappeared. They're just moving all the way around. So they will... yeah, well, they're moving all the way around. I mean, there's not more to that story. I guess they're going to try to swing around and maybe hit something over here. Give these guys something good to shoot at, maybe. Put them up there. I don't know how many detachments I have left. Probably not that many. I don't know if they routed off my battery over here or not. No, but they inflicted heavy losses on them. I mean, almost 50% losses. They appeared to have broken for a second there, but now they're back. I'll move this group into reserve here. These guys still look like they want to get a little cheeky and get into that artillery, but... Okay. These guys should be moved there, I think. It has certainly not been the worst performance from the AI. That's good. Clark's detachment. They're almost out of ammo, so we'll just have to go back to the parent unit. Could always respit them out later. These guys really want to wait for close range for some reason I'm not clear on. Wonder if one of these is my reinforcements. Haha, yeah, I just forgot to move them. But yeah, Chase's reinforcements greatly needed, and we could probably use them to get a little cheeky ourselves. Alright, it's a lot of guns focused on them, and they're not the the biggest threat, especially if I think it's this group here. Colston, I guess, pulls over to reserve. Not sure what they're doing. Yeah, just not sure what they're doing. So they're idle. So this is kind of the problem I and others had experienced. Probably the smart move is to pull back with artillery. But it isn't something that was here at the beginning of the battle. And see, now it says they're firing. Huh. See if they'll work on their fortifications there. They don't say they're in the breastworks, but they look like they are. Let's see if that works. Guess they're shooting at... I think Clark's groups are the ones that are taking those shots over there. I'm just gonna let them shoot until they're out of ammo. We'll replace them with something or someone else. Since these guys are kind of just hanging out back here, let's put them to work. I have no idea what the casualty reports look like. 4-1 for us. Right. So yeah, we pulled back with the one-horse artillery group. We have skirmishers shooting into them. This group is forming up. They're now sending out a detachment. Tribune's battalion, which actually has good artillery, is kind of pounding them. So anyways, that's where things stand on the left. On the right, Ben Clark's skirmishers, well, they're almost out of ammo. The Colston's brigade is forming up some trenches behind them. These guys are kind of on the trenches, but not really in them. I don't know if there's any way to fix that. It doesn't look like it. Try to get them to like line up actually in the breastworks. Nah, that's not it either. Whew. Chase is... Whoa! Coming. He's got a ways to go. Yeah, detachment in the field getting canister from two directions and pounded by Napoleons from a third. It's a bad place to be. There's just no way around it. Let's see if I'm missing anything important. Slack is low on ammo. Ooh. That's Slack. It's not low on ammo. It must be his detachment. Where I bet they're the ones that are over here. Yep, they are. Yeah, they are low on ammo. They ain't kidding. So yeah, I mean, once they go down because of ammo, pretty much nothing left. Okay, so those guys are in breastworks. These guys look like they've understandably kind of given up. Actually, since you guys are kind of shooting through friendlies, maybe that will be a more productive endeavor for you. So they kind of look like they're definitely concentrating over here on the right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to convince these guys. To fall back, and they haven't taken any losses, so I'm not exactly sure what the Union's doing here. Missouri Brigade with 867. Detachment of 300. Okay. Yeah, I don't want any of that. Holston's detachment. Oh, these guys got roughed up before, but I think maybe we'll keep them over there to just have some bodies, maybe to get in the way. Okay, they're firing. Good. Guys have taken some casualties, or they're taking some now. I think maybe it's coming mostly from their right, so if that's who's going to shoot at them, I don't know. Maybe that's who we'll face. I guess this is the world where John B. Gordon commands artillery out near Chicago. Slack's guys are really kind of getting hit now. So these guys, I guess, with their 6 shots, just don't feel like expending them. So this is the major concentration that ought to be a concern. I'm still not sure how that detachment, I mean, even having taken about 100 casualties, I'm not sure how it's not been worse. These guys really need to fall back. They're just absolutely getting chewed up. I'm not really sure why. These guys need to come up. These guys I don't think are going to do anymore, so I'm going to find their parent unit and put them back in it. Maybe it's right here. Yeah, it is. Skirmishers back in. They are low on ammo. Well, they've waited so long. See, my reinforcements are almost here, but they're not. Yeah, I think if they just push kind of right up the middle here, I think that they have a very good chance. Come on, fall back. Do I have to watch you? Is that the only way to... Or is it because there's not enough within your cone to keep you from turning around? Actually, we don't want to put them in those breastworks. They're really no good. You guys, I want you over there. I want you over there. And I want you withdrawing. Not you so much. You guys are... No. I want you hammering those last 3 shots for these guys. This is reporting pretty high casualties. I mean, overall, it's about 10% of our force, but I'm not sure how many of those he came in with. It's not 4 to 1, but it's almost 4 to 1. Wow, Herbert's brigade has got chewed up, even though they're in the breastworks. I did not see how many men were left. I'm surprised the Union still has... I'm surprised they still have it together, I guess is what I'm thinking. Because they've just absolutely been chewed up. So let's see if these guys will now build breastworks, at least right in front of them. Slack's division is back. They're advancing on Missouri Brigade. These guys still have 3 shots. But this detachment just does not care. They've absolutely gotten wrecked. And in a short period of time, they're not worried about it at all. Okay, they're in breastworks. They say they're in breastworks. I will believe them if that's what they say. I think Parsons' group is pretty small. Some people have them construct some right there, but I think Clark's group needs to come back and kind of get ready for pushing this level. I do not... I'm pretty convinced that if they just charge the center here, I don't know what they're doing. Again, I don't know if this is like, you know, that their aggressiveness is not high enough. I mean, they initiated this battle. They came all the way over, I don't know if it was Detroit, somewhere else, right? So they finally routed off the detachment, though presumably the parent unit could just spit out another one, and they could just keep getting shot up. Routed off Missouri Brigade. That's fine. Let's see. I think they're... Okay, good. They're in breastworks. And I guess Colston's will have to anchor the right. Also inside of breastworks. Hopefully they'll build them before they... have to get engaged here, because it looks like now you can kind of see them starting to push. These guys may just have to go up against them. Just use the fence. Kind of looks like they're all rotating towards maybe the center. So when in doubt, you know, follow them if you can. What is it now? Colston low on ammo. Who the heck is Colston? Slacks detachment we know about. Alright, Colston's detachment I now know about. Okay, they're constructing. Alright, this is where I need to be very careful not to press anything. Apparently we're going to keep fighting through the night. I think sometimes my forces... I gotta check and see if anybody disappeared. I just gotta, like, not press anything else. But yeah, in the past I've had people just straight up disappear overnight. It says everybody's supplied. Is it true? No. Maybe they weren't in supply range. It might be true, but they're just not in supply range at the moment. Alright. John Clark's division is getting in over there. Uh-oh, these guys disappeared. The brigade that was there, that was a huge brigade too. I forget who they were, but they just disappeared. So that's fun. Okay, they're lined up there. Not really lined up in the greatest of positions. I don't know if they'll make it there. But let's see if they'll go there while advancing. Let's see if they'll go there while advancing. Let's just see if they'll get in the fence. Let's see where Chasing Company are. You know, at this point, probably just deploying in the center makes the most sense. Yeah, I think maybe plopping friendlies down right in front of them was not a great idea. 3rd Brigade, they don't care. They're just like, charge right in. And now they're retreating. They were going to charge, and then I guess not. So, okay, we'll see if they actually retreat. Sometimes they announce they're retreating, but they actually do some rear guard offensive stuff. Yeah, and these guys, you know, claim to be retreating, but they're actually charging headlong into Brian's battalion here. Oh dear God, nobody told you to move. No, they did not. I'm sure of that. Okay, that's that. Their overshoot may not be working because they have friendlies so close. They say they're idle, but I'm not sure that's true. See, these guys, they don't mind. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty aggressive action for being retreating, but, you know, they're allowed to do it. And its own way kind of works. Oh. John Clark's. What on earth are you doing? Why? Why? Do not do that. 5th Brigade is standing right in front of the artillery. Nice flank shots right through the 5th into the 2nd Brigade. The 4th Brigade has decided the best use of its time is to get its line straight. Here's an idea. Those guys just whooshed right on over there. That's the technical term for it. But yeah, when these guys say they're retreating, they mean psych. But it's fine. It actually makes it more interesting. You can never sleep on sleep on these guys. These guys have got to have been shreked, deciding to stand right in front of the artillery and shoot. Well, it's only 300. Well, it's only now 365 guys. And they're just going to charge infantry that was not shaken. Was not otherwise disturbed. Let's see, the charges are mostly coming from over there, so that's where I'll move HQ. Okay, they are now firing. Both batteries over there. These guys, John B. Gordon's guys, have just been able to absolutely slam away at range. I guess his chase is going to arrive kind of just as things are going over, or just as we're winning. What is this? 4th Brigade. Enemy brigade thoroughly whipped. And we captured almost 2,000 men. Okay, so we can actually just move those guys up to the front lines, because it looks like the real fighting has ended. I don't know where those guys came from. I guess they were kind of always around. You guys can face, reform to face them. They apparently can't fix or complete that set of breastworks. I mean, and I also think that they're not... Well, I was gonna say, I thought that they weren't sleeping at night. I don't know why they're exhausted. But it kind of looked like they were shooting... The sides were shooting all through the night. Though that might have just been some leftover animations from when they could still fire. I'm honestly not sure. I don't know. Alright, they're wailing away at something. Let's just make sure it's not friendlies. Keep our fire that way. There's actually a pretty clear field of fire now right in front. Gordon's battalion. Just let him shoot at this point. We only got 17 left on the counter. We'll 10 times it through, and we'll get back on the map and see what we see. This turned out to be a much bloodier affair than I thought it would be. Union hung around much longer, and they ain't done yet. Okay, but they are. Holy moly! I mean, 50% casualties on the Union side. 3,000 on my side. I don't know how many of those are killed. I suspect I'll find out when this is over. Oh. Happy 1-year inauguration anniversary. That was just rough. Yeah, but in relative terms, they actually did pretty well. I mean, sometimes it's 3 to 4 to 1 casualties. This time it was, on our end, a little bit better than 2 to 1. Uh-oh, I see the blue spinning circle. Okay, it's gone away. Colonel Herbert becomes a national hero. I think those guys got whacked. And somehow, by coming that close, they were able to take Chicago Harbor. This is something I've also noticed. Oh, okay, now it's reverted back to CSA control. But anyways, you saw some of the icons, so if you haven't seen, if you don't have the game, you haven't seen anybody else, they've constructed these little icons to replace those circles on the other maps. And so there's telegraphs, there's a supply depot. Oh, you know, it says that Price has 0% supply, which kind of makes no sense. I don't know if that's just... if it needs to reset after the battle, sometimes that happens. somehow the Department of Ohio ended up retreating down here from up north. You'll notice how we really seem to be lagging. And I wonder, so my national morale is very high. We can see that military experience is now starting to show. But I believe the Union has kind of stopped recruiting. This bug persists, but my finances improved. I thought they improved. They're still double B+. Okay. Before I'd commented to the one of my comments about this patch was that it's much smoother when it's zoomed in. But now I'm kind of feeling like a liar. Now it's kind of laggy. Don't know why that would be, but it is. And I also don't know if it's me, but it looks like some of the terrain's getting cleaned up. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I might do a more detailed kind of update thing, but I think I'm going to wait until some of the kinks are still worked out. Looks like the artillery one was mostly cleaned up in that last one. The entrenchment one was, so those are all positive signs. So thanks for watching this one, and as long as we're able to, we're going to continue this campaign as far as we can take it.